Good morning. Please let my words speak for you. Taking a deep breath, slowly releasing it, bringing myself right into this room, right into the here and now, and opening my heart, my mind, and my soul to the beauty of this day and this life and this awesome day that God has made. I stand in deep gratitude for each person who's here, my family, for all of the work that goes into making this happen every Sunday. And deep gratitude for this journey that we call life. All the awesome surprises, all the awesome ahas along the way. So with open mind and open soul, I just say thank you, Father, Mother, God, and so it is.
So it is.
Amen. So good morning. My name is Lucinda Alton. I am prayer practitioner here at Mystic Heart, and I want to welcome you home. Home to Mystic Heart and home to your own Mystic Heart, where all of the answers lie. Please close your eyes if you're comfortable doing so. And let's begin by taking a deep breath and releasing it. Let go of anything that has come before this moment and anything that will come after. Please join me in recognizing that we are all connected to each other. Each of us a perfect manifestation of the one. In your mind, see the web that connects each of us. A strong, gossamer web, unbreakable, and yet so delicate, connecting each of us to the other and connecting all of us through the one. All life, human, animal, the life in the sea, rocks, everything that we see when we open our eyes is God, and everything that we see is a part of the one. Allow your point of view to begin to move outward. Find yourself going beyond and seeing that each planet is connected to every other planet. A deep, abiding connection, one to the other. Back far enough and you see that the web is filled, it's a big, huge web filled with sparkling lights. And each person here is one of those lights. If even one person on this planet were missing, the web would be a little bit darker. Each of us is a point of God's light. No matter how different we are, no matter how similar we are all of the one. I stand in deep awe and gratitude as I look at this web. Feel this connection to each other as we share a heartfelt intention for our time together. So the theme for this month is I am my own destination. And our theme this morning is for conscious conversations, we will be discussing getting from here to there. So the day we're born, we begin an awesome journey. At first, our choices are pretty limited. Do we eat the formula? Do we not? Do we, But as we start growing older, we're faced with a growing number of choices, each of which can set the course for the rest of our lives. We set goals such as, I want to go to college, or I want to be able to support a family. As we grow older, our questions start to change. We begin to ask questions more like, why am I here? Who am I? What is my life's purpose? But no matter what the goal, the big question for each one of us is, how do I get there from here? I remember a Star Trek story a long time ago. When James T. Kirk, y'all remember James Kirk, right?
Oh, yeah.
So he goes to a party that his friend Charlie's throwing. It's a wedding, and Charlie always throws great weddings. So he goes to this wedding, and something happens, and Jim needs to get to the other side of the planet. And for some reason, he couldn't beam up. I guess maybe the Enterprise dropped him off and was coming back for him or something. So he goes to Charlie and he goes, how do I get there? Charlie pulls up a map and he goes, well, you could go down that street. Oh, no, wait, that's blocked off. Okay, this road over here, no, that's being worked on today. Well, you can go 3 blocks down and no, that's not going to work either. After several suggestions, Charlie goes, you know what, Jim? There ain't no way there from here. So you may as well just stick around and have a good time. So what was the first thing that Charlie did? He pulled out a map and he figured out on that map where he is right now. Pierre Teilhard Desjardins, said, a Jesuit priest from early in the 19th century, said, we are but human beings having a spiritual experience. We are spiritual beings. We're not human beings having a spiritual experience. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. The problem is, we forget that we're spiritual beings. We live our human lives from day to day, and hopefully we begin to learn that we're on a spiritual journey. So, question, what is a spiritual journey?
Mine is learning about myself.
Okay.
It's learning, getting to know me. It is
Getting to know ourselves?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay.
Character.
I'm sorry?
Building character.
Building character. Okay. Anyone else?
Mine has been learning the truth of who I am.
Learning the truth of who I am. Okay. For me, search for love, connection, family, happiness. Where do you think the best place to start your journey from would be?
Go within.
Go within. Anyone else?
Start questioning, asking.
Start asking questions.
Be
Okay.
present.
I'm sorry?
Be present.
Be present. That's good. Okay. And we figure out where we are right
Listen
now.
to your heart
Listen to your heart
and explore it.
and explore it. You guys are awesome. Okay? For me, the description of what my spiritual journey has changed over the years. From a journey looking for all of my answers on the outside to looking for my answers on the inside. It took me a long time to figure out that I wasn't going to get the real answers out there somewhere. So here's a little secret I discovered in my own journey. A few weeks ago, we had speakers who spoke of spirals. I don't know if you guys remember that or not. And that's how my journey feels. So on this journey, I will start out, I'll be the student for something. I'll be in one position in this experience. And then a few years later, I'll come back and I'm on the other side. Now I'm not the student, I'm the teacher. Now I'm not the one who's receiving whatever, I'm the one who's giving. So one of the secrets there is I need to be nice no matter which side I'm on, because I never know where I'm going to be next. Pema Chodron said, the spiritual journey involves going beyond hope and fear, stepping into unknown territory, continually moving forward. The most important aspect on the spiritual path may be just to keep moving. So what does that mean?
Never stop learning.
Never stop learning?
Keep up your spiritual practice.
Keep up your spiritual practices. I mean, that's one that I don't think we can ever get reminded of enough. Do your spiritual practices.
Question your assumptions.
I'm sorry?
Question your assumptions.
Question your assumptions. Okay?
Release all of the things that are keeping you stagnant.
Release all the things that are keeping you stagnant.
Be open to what's presented to us, what's revealed to us,
Be open to,
to what is revealed to me and what is given to me, and listen to that, to be open to that.
okay, so to be open to what is revealed to me. Okay? Anyone else? The one thing I think that we need to realize in this journey, at least for me, is that it means trust. Trust that I'm supported. Realizing that there is a higher power that has my back. So I would like to have you guys repeat after me. I am fully supported by a higher power.
I am fully supported by a higher power.
Do you believe that?
Yes.
Yes.
I do.
Yes.
I am fully supported by a higher power.
I am fully supported by a higher power.
All right.
I question that all the time. I do. I question that all the time. Even though it's manifesting in so many ways, I just go back to that small self sometimes, you know? So thank
Is
you.
there anybody here who never returns to that small self?
Right.
Because if you do, if you know how to not do that, please tell me afterwards.
Yeah.
You're here today. That's a step. Got up on this beautiful drizzly morning and got in here. In the Star Trek story, there were several ways to make false starts, and even when a path looked good, it was blocked. What do you think are some of the things that can stop us from moving forward on our spiritual path?
Watching the news.
Watching the news.
Doubt.
Doubt.
Not being present.
Not being present.
False beliefs.
He said,
I'm sorry?
False beliefs.
False beliefs.
Old habits.
Old habits.
Judgment.
Judgment. Good. For me, it's been all of the above. Pretty creative, actually. So we've chosen our path, and we've been following it faithfully. And we've seen the changes in our outlooks and in our lives. But we suddenly realize that we've come to a stop. We're feeling like we're stuck in one place. What do you think some of the reasons might be that we'd get stuck and not even notice that we're stuck?
Because we're focused on everything except ourselves.
We're focused on
We're
everything.
focused on the outside.
We're
and
focused on the
distractions
outside.
And not actually ourselves, where we are in our moment.
Mm-hmm. I think that's also when news comes in again.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else? Okay. I'm comfortable where I am. I can't see what's next on the path, so I'll just stay here. Even if it means here is a little bit uncomfortable because, I don't know what's out there, so I'm kind of sort of afraid to take that next step and move beyond. Is that just me? I've made my choices, but now I guess I have to live with them. One of the things that I believe can't be emphasized too much is this: God is unlimited. There are no limits within the one. When Jesus said, "I give you the keys of the kingdom," he didn't say, "But you can only go in one room." That was unlimited. If you have chosen a path for your journey and it no longer fits you, what should you do?
Abandon everything. Abandon ship. Abandon ship.
Abandon ship. Anyone else?
Try another path, try something.
Try another path. Because what is one of life guarantees? There is always another path. There are always more choices. No choice is wrong. No choice is permanent. You can always go back into God's cafe and make another choice. That's one of the things I love about life. The thing on that, though, is that we need to remember that we have choices, and sometimes we can forget. We can get stuck and we can think, but this would be so hard to get myself out of now that I've gotten myself into it. Pray. Take it to God in prayer. Know that God supports you. What did you guys say earlier? I am backed by an unlimited power. Take it to prayer, and you would be amazed what God can do. According to Deepak Chopra, Awakening happens when you are no longer living in a dream world where you filter everything through your ego and focusing on it, on the future and the past. Instead, you have an almost simultaneous awareness of your individual self and the connection between that and everyone else. Excuse me. There are those brief times when you are one with the world, and when you feel that connection with the one. Those are the times that I personally strive for. But in the meantime, there are all these other moments that we need to stop and pay attention to. These wonderful moments that God has given us. What are some good ways to be in that state when you know you're at one with everyone, everything? To bring yourself into a good, fully aware, all is right in my world place.
When I'm in gratitude. Gratitude. When I
Gratitude.
think gratitude.
Gratitude. Anyone else?
Meditation. Meditation.
Meditation.
Ask and you shall receive.
Ask and you shall receive. Okay.
Reach out and help someone else.
Reach out and help someone else. Okay. That's good. Do my talk for me. For me, if I get to a place where I'm really feeling like I go out in nature. Spend some time in the stillness of nature. Practicing mindlessness. We talk about mindfulness, mindlessness, just being there. Being present in the right now. So I asked you what might be some things that stop us from moving forward on our path. Could it be that some of us are actually afraid of reaching our destination? Or is that just me? Fear that I will reach my destination and then there won't be anything more to strive for. Journey's over. What am I going to do now? Right? The truth is that the journey doesn't end. The journey never ends. It changes. It's like that spiral that we were talking about with, you're following the journey and you get to a certain point and it changes. You're still exploring. You're still growing. You're still pushing into that, being that with that one. But things change a little bit. And the more we spend the time in the meditation, the more we spend time in prayer, the more we listen, the more we hear the call. There's always a new direction. Sometimes it means after 20 years finally saying, okay, I'm becoming a prayer practitioner. Sometimes it means that it doesn't take quite that long before you say, all right, I'll study for the ministry. So one of the things is to listen to what the voice inside of you is trying to say to you. So maybe the best way to get from here to there is to just relax and enjoy the journey. Knowing that there are no wrong turns. And that if we make the wrong choice, like we said earlier, it's okay to make a different choice. Each of you is the center of your own world. You need to be happy, or you can't be there for other people. That's one of those little things that they don't tell you. You've got to go out and serve others, and you've got to make other people happy. You're important too. with all due deep respect to Charlie, there are always directions we can choose to travel. But in a way, Charlie was right too, because the truth is that wherever you go, there you are. So you may as well relax and enjoy.
Just told that today.
I'm sorry?
I was just told that today. That's the second time I heard that. Wherever you go, that's where you are.
Maybe that's wise words for your journey. For your homework this week, take some time and try a brand new spiritual practice. Something that you haven't done before. One of the things, too, the problems that can happen with a spiritual practice or when you say the same prayer all the time is you start doing things by rote. And when you start doing things by rote, do you guys know what that means?
Habit.
You're doing it by habit, and it gets to a point where you're doing something and you forget where you're at. It's like you're driving down the road and you know you just left Reading, but how did I get to Red Bluff so fast? We're doing it by rote. And so try a brand new practice this week and see how that feels. If you will close your eyes. With deep gratitude for the one source. I am on my journey. My journey to myself. My journey deeper into my soul. And I am deeply grateful for the support that I receive on that journey. I'm deeply grateful for the support that I know that each person in this room and in the Zoom room receives on that journey. Each person in this room and in the Zoom room is God's beloved. And with that, I say thank you, Father, Mother, God. And so it is.
So it is.
Keeping your eyes closed, let's keep the mood kind of quiet. And we'll do bubbles. So keeping your eyes closed, see yourself in a room, standing up, and you see a doorway. Walk over, walk through that doorway, and you find yourself on a path. Follow the path, and you find yourself walking into a green field, short grass, inviting grass. You take your shoes off, and you start walking in the field. Doesn't it feel good, the grass soft underneath your feet? And you notice off in the distance that there are a bunch of bubbles. And as you walk in the grass and feel peaceful, you let the peace sink in, the bubbles begin to float to you. One of them comes up, and you know that it wants you to hold your hand out. So you hold out your hand, and the bubble lands in your hand, and you look at the bubble, and you see inside the bubble the thing that you are the most grateful for right now. After a moment, the bubble floats away and another bubble comes up and lands in your hand. And you see another thing that you are deeply grateful for right now. And life is so good. You've got lots of bubbles wanting to come visit you. So spend a little bit of time here in the garden, the bubble garden, letting the bubble show you all of the things that you are deeply grateful for. After a while, you realize. After a while, you realize that it's time to leave the garden now. This beautiful place for so much love and so much gratitude live. Remember, this is your garden. This is your lawn that you can come walk on anytime you want to. These bubbles are always waiting to see you, to play with you in your gratitude. So you put your shoes back on and you slowly walk back into the room. Having a gratitude practice, saying thank you for each thing, paying attention to all of the good things in your life brings more good things. The more you are grateful for, the more you will have to be grateful for. Joy, love, peace. I start each day saying thank you, God, for the good things in my life. I can't think of a better way to set the tone for my day. Being grateful for all of the blessings of my life. Okay, keeping your eyes closed, if you are comfortable doing so, please join me in envisioning a love-soaked world. A world where each person's needs are met daily. A world where each person has choices about what to eat, about what to do, where to go, what to wear, what they're going to have for dessert. A world where each person is valued for exactly who and what they are. A world where every person in that world knows that their choices aren't final. A world where differences are celebrated. A world of peace and joy. A world where each person is born knowing that they are loved.
You can never really know which way it's gonna go. So set your feet down on the road, facing the unknown. Staring through an open door like you never left the shore. Walk on through, there's so much more to find. All you ever need to bring, an open mind, a willing heart, a song that you were born to sing. Be a candle in the dark, one step is all it takes to start. To be the adventure you are. You are, you are, you are. You can carry all the weight of your past mistakes. But that's a heavy load to
Turn your
bear.
mic off if you haven't
Just
already.
pack what you
I think it's picking
can
up that
take.
speaker behind
Standing on the precipice, know there must be more than this. Leaning into all that is divine. All you ever need to bring, an open mind, a willing heart, a song that you were born to sing. Be a candle in the dark, one step is all it takes to start. To be the adventure you are. You are, you are, you are. As I weave this tapestry, thread by thread, uniquely me, slumbering within the sea, is everything I'll ever need. Awakening. All you ever need to bring, an open mind, a willing heart, the song that you were born to sing. Be a candle in the dark, one step is all it takes to start. To be the adventure you are. You are, you are, you are the adventure. The adventure.
Awesome. So I would invite you guys to join me in making life an adventure. A wonderful adventure just to be enjoyed daily. It is that time of the day now when we invite you to celebrate the work that we're doing in the world by sharing your financial good if you choose to do so. And we are definitely in awe of your generosity. If you're at home, you can go to mysticheart.org and to find our donate button and or to find our mailing address. And lots else. I mean, I can never say enough about how much you can find on that website. We also have a gracious giving program for those who would like to make a heartfelt monthly commitment of support so that we can effectively plan our growth and our monthly spending. I would be happy to give you more information if you want to ask me about it. As we move into this time of giving, let these words come from your heart, knowing the power of your word, and please feel our deep appreciation for your gifts. As I awaken to the God within me and all around me, I see abundance everywhere I look. I consciously step into that flow of abundance by this act of giving. I offer this gift freely in the spirit of love, blessing and sending it forth to heal and prosper. It is evidence of my deep faith. It does good work in the world and blesses all of creation. I give from a consciousness of abundance, and so it is. Amen.
Well, it's time to get up and move around. We have a song here for you to enjoy and to have a little good time with, and hopefully you will.
Get up and move.
It's there, okay. Sorry.
If this life is one act, why do we lay all these traps? We put them right in our path when we just want to be free. I will not waste my days making up all kinds of ways to worry about all the things that will not happen to me. So I just let go of what I know I don't know, and I know I'll only do this by living in the moment. Live my life easy and breezy. Peace in my mind, peace in my heart, peace in my soul. Wherever I'm going, I'm already home, 'cause I'm living in the moment. I'm letting myself off the hook for things I've done. I let my past go past, and now I'm having more fun. I'm letting go of the thoughts that do not make me strong, and I believe this way can be the same for everyone. If I fall asleep, I know you'll be the one who'll always remind me to live in the moment. Live my life easy and breezy. Peace in my mind, peace in my heart, peace in my soul. Wherever I'm going, I'm already home. I can't walk through life facing backwards. I have tried more than once to just make sure that I was denied. The future I've been searching for has turned around and hurt no more. By living in the moment, living my life easy and breezy. Peace in my mind, peace in my heart, peace in my soul. Wherever I'm going, I'm already home. Living in the moment, living my life easy and breezy. Peace in my mind, peace in my heart, peace in my soul. Wherever I'm going, I'm already home, 'cause I'm living in the moment.
Thank you so much. That was awesome. Each time I come up here, I am deeply grateful for the family that's there for me, for the energy that surrounds me. I'm deeply grateful for the commitment and the contribution of each and every person here. Not just in terms of financial, but time, talent, energy, money. Knowing that the money will help us to reach out in a variety of ways to help and support others. I am deeply grateful for the services of our cleaning fairy, for the musicians, for Michael, our sound team, and for everyone else, and some just for being here and the energy that you bring. And so I say thank you, Father, Mother, God, and so it is. Amen. Thank you.
May your soul always find what it's looking for. find you everywhere. May you always embrace compassion and grace, and may God always answer your prayer. May you always embrace compassion and grace, and may God always answer your prayer. 2, 3, 4. All together, hand in hand, see the light we take stand, and we are changing. A whole new life for you and me. Take your last and set it free. Share this blessing. That's it. Love be with you, peace enfold you, Spirit lift you, breathe it in, to come through you, make a flow to you, let joy renew until you meet again. Love be with you, ooh, 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 love be with you. Now raise your voices up, ooh, love be with you, love be with you, love be with you, love be with you, love be with you till we meet again. Love be with you, love be with you till we meet again. Love be with you.
Join us for lunch.